Welcome everybody, I'm so excited that you could be here. Video 2 in my video series on the 10-foot tall XenoMorph alien that I'm printing. More right after this. This is going to be so cool. As you can see here on the table, I've got all the parts printed out on my Bambu Labs X1 Carbon, my Chibi iFast for the lower leg section, you know, from the waist down on the XenoMorph alien. The file is from Wicked 3D. And here's a smaller version that I resin printed on what I'm working on right now that's going to be 10 foot tall. I've got all the parts printed right here for the leg section. Gloop sent me out a couple bottles of Gloop to get me going. I've got 2 small bottles here that'll get me started. I've got more Gloop coming on the way. And you know, I printed this out in resin. I've always loved the movie Aliens. And I thought, you know what, why don't I just make one 7 foot tall? Back in the day, long before 3D printing, I used to see these figures around the world that were made out of different types of material. I'm thinking, wow, it'd be so cool to have one of those, but they're so damn expensive. But now you can actually make one, you can print it. So I contacted Wicked. They let me know what files that I'd be able to size up. And in Luban supplied the software to me that I'm using to slice this. I got a hold of my friend Matt German over in the UK. I'm not that familiar with Luban, so he helped me work it out like I mentioned in the first video. We dropped all 3 parts into 3D Builder, which is part of Windows. It's free with Windows. And we kind of put all the parts together, we sized them up, and then we took them back in Luban, each of the 3 parts. We cut them up in pieces. And for this lower leg section, there's a total of 32 pieces that I've got printed here. Most of them were support free. Some of them had a few tree supports here and there. I did have one part that failed on me because I changed film on the Bambu Labs and the exterior spool had an issue and it didn't come out right. But I think that was the only part that actually failed on me. So between the X1 Carbon and the iFast, I got everything printed out for this lower section. And what we're going to do right now is I'm going to take all these parts outside, because whenever you print these out, they got a very smooth surface. And when you work with 3D glue, you need to lightly scuff up that surface. So I can take a sanding block and I can lightly sand all the sides that I'm going to glue. I can take sandpaper, lay it on the table and run the part across it. Or I can use my little Orbital Black & Decker sander and I can just buzz right over them. But I don't want to make a mess, so I'm not going to burn into it too much. I'm just going to lightly scuff it up. So we're going to box up all these parts. I'll meet you out front, and we're going to go through every single one of these real fast, probably in a time lapse. And then we'll bring them back in. I'll take a damp cloth, wipe off any excess debris or dust from the sanding, and then we'll get to gluing. So that is going to be so cool. And Polymaker is sponsoring my PLA on all this. They've sent me out, I don't know, I think it was like 4 or 5 rolls the first time. And then I got 8 rolls the second time. I was able to get all this finished. I have one more roll I'm starting to print the tail now on, which will be in another video. And then I'm going to print the upper half and get it all glued together. When it's all said and done, it's going to be like 7 foot tall. I'm only 5'8". It's going to be really big. And I plan on coming back here in this corner behind me, trying to figure out somewhere to put all my cool models, chopping this section down, moving my hypercube, chopping that down, painting the walls black in this corner, building a base, probably a 2x4 frame, maybe like 3 foot by 3 foot, I'm not sure. And then I'll attach the legs to it. The torso will somehow attach with posts, magnets, or something, because if I glue the whole thing together, it'll never be able to leave the house if it ever needs to go somewhere. So the tail will be attached by dowels, pins, I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do. And then the torso will have to attach to the leg the same way. Well, let's jump outside right now and let's get to cleaning all this up and get to gluing it together. Oh yeah, and since I can't clamp everything, I'll probably duct tape it. I'll probably, as I put different parts together, I'll get them to get tacky, hold them for a minute, and then I'll put some duct tape on it to let it cure for 24 hours. But we should be able to get everything put together, I'm hoping, once I start gluing, get it all going. So, without further ado, let's go. Alrighty, we're out front. It's a little bit chilly out today here in Vegas, so I got to get my jacket on. But here's all the parts. Here's my Black & Decker right here. I'm going to use a little orbital sander. They work great for all your sanding needs. The disc just Velcro on the bottom. And I'm going to lightly scuff up all the parts, and here we go. Let's take a look at all my sponsors for my alien project. First, we have Wicked Art Patreon group over on Facebook. And yeah, they've got a huge community. They've got like a team of 30 to 40 designers, sculptors, and they just do amazing work. Amazing work here. And we can check them out over here on Cults also. I think they have a couple different sites. I didn't realize they were on Cults. But here they are over on Cults. Shows a lot of different work they sell. And here's all the different alien ones that I have here. All amazing work. Amazing, amazing work. Kind of go through and look at some of these here, but yeah, go check them out. Amazing work. You're going to love it. 10 out of 10 quality. It's unbelievable. And go to their Patreon right here. Looks like they're $7 a month, but their Patreon is sold out, but they have a full supporter for $10 a month. And here's some Halloween work they just came out with. Count Dracula, Jason Voorhees. Beautiful stuff here by Gabriel and his team. And then to size up the alien, I wanted to make it big, so I use Luban. Luban is a great software. They do lithophanes, all different kinds of designs and cutting and such. And they'll be linked down below if you'd like to try Luban. I forget the prices currently, but here are just some examples of different things you can do with Luban software. Not sure why those are blocked out. And then on to 3D Gloop. 3D Gloop is an amazing glue. You can use it for your bed adhesion. And they make it for AVS, PLA, and PETG. And if you use code 3DHP, you'll get 10% off your total order. I currently have 2 of the smaller bottles there that I'm working with, and they've got more coming out. So I'm definitely going to need a lot more. Links to everything that I'm talking about today will be below in the description also. And then my main sponsor, Polymaker. I love their filament. Awesome filament. I have a referral link. If you're interested in buying from my referral link, it will help my channel out. But yeah, Polymaker makes a zillion different types of filament, different colors. You name it, they got it. And they pretty much ship worldwide, almost everywhere. And back to the video. Well, now it's time to take them in the house. There's glue stick on the bottom of a lot of them that I noticed from the plate that I was using on the Bamboo Lab. So I'll take a damp rag, I'll wipe all that off, get all dust and debris off, and then we'll start gluing. So let's get them back in the house and we'll get going. Okay, I've got the first 9 parts lined up here, as you'll see here on the screen, starting with the toes, the feet, and working up the leg. When I went to do these, I realized that I had 2 identical parts, left side and right side, so I had to go back and reprint this part right here. I didn't have it, and I've already went out in the garage, I pre-sanded it and wiped it down. I'm all ready to go. I've got my duct tape so I can tape everything together, and then we'll open up the first little container here. I've got 2 small bottles of glue to start with. Then a very fancy container. It's got important safety information on the container, first aid, what to do, and this, that, and other. Beautiful little container, beautiful bottle from Gloop. Very nice little container. I'll definitely keep that. And like there's a sponge or something in the bottom there. And on the container here, it's saying best for PLA to PLA on this particular type. Sand both matting surfaces, and it says slather the sign sauce all over the matting surfaces. Give them a clamp. It says hurry up and wait. Clamp them for at least 15 minutes. It's strongest after 24 hours. So once I glue them, I'll hold them together, and then I'll duct tape them, and then they'll be 100% good to go tomorrow. So let's get with it. Well, okay, here's one side done. That's going to be his back leg because he's up at an angle. Pretty awesome. And that'll have to cure for 24 hours completely before I can take off the tape. And I'll have to fill seams, stuff like that. Now on to the other side, and once we get the other side built, we'll do the groin area, you know, the butt and everything like that, the groin area, but where both legs tie together. So one's down, we find all the parts, get them over here on the table so we can start gluing the next section together. Alrighty, let's work on going on the next leg. Glasses on, I can see better. And always pre-check all of your inserts. Make sure they fit right. You might need to clean up the edge a little bit, deburr it. Make sure they all fit in, all your parts, before you start gluing. You know, check both halves. Test fit everything. Your plugs, I guess you call them. Always test fit, see how things line up before you glue them. And then once you check them once, check them a second time. It never hurts you. Because people make mistakes all the time, and then once you glue it and it's done, it's done. You don't want to have to go back and start reprinting. So we're going to start over here with the foot. Move these two out of the way. Or keys. Some of these parts don't have keys, and I thought all of them should have had keys. But anyway, it doesn't matter. They'll be fine. Something nice about these caps, when you're not glooping and you need to set it aside for a minute, when you press it on like that without screwing it, it grabs it and makes a nice seal. And then when you're done with it, then you can just screw it down. So it's nice in between gluing to just press it on, and it makes a seal airtight fit there. You unscrew it and you pull it up. It's got like an extra piece of rubber in there. It's very nice. That way you don't accidentally have it tipped like this or something and then it dries out on you. You just put it straight down, press, and it locks. And then when you're done with it, and then it pulls right off. Then you're done with it and you just screw it all the way on. Very cool. And very nice packing. Here's my second bottle right here. I'll be opening up here in just a minute. Set this little one out of the way.
Several days later.
Alrighty, it's been a few days. Yeah, I ran out of glue last week. I had to, Gloop had more coming in the mail. It is now Monday, I believe. I think today's Monday, yep. And I've got more Gloop. Just got delivered, UPS. Let's open it up and see what we got. Because I still got 4 more pieces I have to glue together on the Alien. And I got to tie the legs in together. Ooh, I got some of their beakers. A lot of pretty packing. And a much larger can of Gloop. Mega Gloop, PLA. Looks like it's 16 ounces. Got a big can of Gloop here to continue my projects. And here, Andrew was nice enough to send me out a few beakers. Let's take a look. These are really cool. Yeah, I was watching the LM show, Loyal Moses, and I've seen these beakers. Well, that's very nice. 500 milliliters. That is very cool. For my Monster Energy drink in there, whatever, wash them up or use them for measuring or whatever. And I have 2 of these. Check this out. Very cool beaker. I think it's plastic. Might be glass. Yeah, I think it's glass. Very cool. 3D Gloop, thank you very much. These are awesome. Very cool. Put that back in the box. And I have 2 of those. And then I've got Mega Gloop. So I got down on my last, earlier in the video, I got down where I had like a 1/4 of an inch left. Very little left in these little bottles. And I didn't have enough, I felt, to continue the 3 pieces, so I paused. And I was just about out of my duct tape. So I went down to Lowe's, I bought another roll of Gorilla Tape. I love this stuff, it's black. On the inside it says Gorilla Tape, sticks very well. Any kind of duct tape or Gorilla Tape will work perfectly fine for holding these parts together. So, let's start gluing. Well, that was kind of a pain, as you seen, trying to tie the two legs together and get the three pegs at the keys at the right angle and press it together. And during the video, yes, one of my parts did pull apart that I glued last week. There wasn't a key in that area pressing it together, and a large section pulled off, so I must not have had both surfaces glued up well enough or not clamped tight enough. I'm thinking it's the clamp tight enough since I'm using duct tape and I'm not using physical clamps. Since everything is round in different shapes and angles, yeah, there's no way I can easily clamp that. So I re-glued it quickly, I put more duct tape on it, and after everything cures after 24 hours and I take off the duct tape that's currently on it, I will go over the cracks and seams with more glue, possibly resin. I got to fill different cracks and seams. That's weighing in at 25 pounds on the legs right now. I stood on a bathroom scale, weighed myself, then I picked up the item and re-weighed myself and deducted it too. So it's coming in at 25 pounds. Thank you, Gloop. Andrew, thank you very much for sending out more Mega Gloop. This should be plenty to finish the tail and the upper part, I hope. And the two little bottles are empty. I'm using the brush from the small bottle with the big Gloop here. These beakers that I received are really cool. Love these. I'll have to wash these up and I can use them for, you know, during my live stream I can show these off, talk about them. But if you guys want to get some really cool beakers or Gloop, if you go over to Gloop and use code 3DHP, you'll get 10% off your order on everything. And yeah, amazing. You know, thank you very much, Polymaker. This is great. Luban, Lu Chen, thank you very much for allowing me to use your software. I've been using Luban for many years, ever since I originally had my Facebook group. I just don't use the software that often. So every so often I have to update my license, and I got a hold of Lu Chen, told him what I was working on. He was more than happy to upgrade my license. Yeah, don't know what to say. I can't sponsor the duct tape, but I'm using duct tape to tape everything together. And then I have a roll somewhere here in the house, and I misplaced it, so I went and bought some Gorilla Tape. And here is the first part of the tail from Polymaker, using Polylite Black PLA. I have some organic supports here I got to take off. I have a little bit of Polylite to work with. I put in my request for more filament. I should hopefully be getting that in the next week or so I can start printing the tail, and then I can go on to the upper body. I know this has been a really long video, guys, but I really hope you stuck with it. You know, give me a like, subscribe, share. You know, tell me what you think of my products or my projects that I'm doing on my different videos, and you can find me on all socials. And thank you very much to all my channel members. I'll have them on the screen here. If you're on YouTube and you'd like to become a channel member, it's like $4.99 a month. It really helps out my channel a lot. You know, and thank you to everybody here on the channel members. And you can catch me every Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific. I stream live on YouTube and Twitch. I have makers from all over the world that drop in and we talk about our projects and what we're working on. I stream anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. And 3 weeks out of the month, I give away a roll of Zealtech filament that's USA only. And also every week, I give away a roll of Polymaker filament, also that's worldwide, anywhere that they ship to. 1 roll a week on a random giveaway that we do. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say, but it's about 4 foot tall, as you can see there. I'm going to leave the duct tape on it overnight, and yeah, and then I can start working on where it's going to go, and this has been amazing. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, happy printing. Later.